So that's our factor. So we're going to do long division, which is what we started learning yesterday. So this is back to the new material. Okay, so what am I going to divide into it? So they told me that negative 2i is a solution. So first of all, if negative 2i is a solution, what would be another solution? Positive 2i. So we need two more solutions. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up our long division. Okay, what factor am I dividing into it? So how would I get this negative 2i and positive 2i? What factor am I dividing into this? Not minus 4, x squared plus 4. So let's talk about why that is again. If you take x squared plus 4 and solve it for x, you get x squared equals negative 4. You take the square root, which is x is going to equal the square root of negative 4. You would break this down. This is actually what we're doing right now in Algebra 2. That's why I have this up here for them. And the square root of negative 1 is I, and the square root of 4 is 2, and it's plus or minus. So the factor that gives you imaginary has to be a plus 4, because that's how you get that negative under a square root. It's all, if you have an imaginary, yes, it's a plus. Okay? So now that we have that little side lesson there, just as a reminder, let's go ahead and I want you to try to do long division. Let's go ahead and get it started. You're going to take 2x to the 4th and divide that by x squared. And I need a lot of space, so I'm going to actually have to take this off. Okay. So let's take this 2x to the 4th, divide that by x squared, and that gives you 2x squared. So we're building our quadratic. So let's put our 2x squared at the top. And then we're going to take that 2x squared and multiply it by x squared plus 4. So when we multiply this, we get 2x to the 4th. Line up your like terms, and then you take 2x squared times 4, and that gives you 8x squared. Change both signs. So this 2x to the 4th is going to become negative, and the 8x squared is also going to become negative. All right, so now let's go ahead and add. I'm going to bring down that 9x cubed. 17x squared minus 8x squared is, what is that? What's 17x squared minus 8x squared? Positive or negative? So I'll put our positive 9x squared, and then I'm bringing down everything else. And let's repeat. So now to get our linear term, we're going to take 9x cubed and divide that by x squared. And you get a 9x, put that at the top. And then take that 9x and multiply it by x squared plus 4. So 9x times x squared is 9x cubed. And then we have 9x times 4, and that would be a 36x. Change. And we have two things that dropped out. So I'm down to just a 9x squared and a plus 36. And let's do that rotation one last time. Take your 9x squared and divide that by x squared. 9x squared divided by x squared is 9. Put that at the top. And then take the 9 times x squared plus 4. And that would be a 9x squared. 9 times x squared is 9x squared. 9 times 4 is 36. Change, and then we end with a 0. So now what I need for you to do is factor this down and find your last two solutions. So you will need to make a box. Go ahead and factor that quadratic. Anybody get the last two answers? Anybody remember how to factor? Can I erase this right here? Can I take this off? Anybody still need that? Because I need some space. Okay. So in order to factor, you would, because this is a 2, we do need to make a box. And that 2x squared goes here. 2x squared would go here. And c, which is 9, goes here. You need to find two numbers that multiply to 2 times 9. What is 2 times 9? So you need two numbers that multiply to 18 and add to 9. Anybody know those numbers that would multiply? It's Yep, 6 and 3. So, and then you can put, it doesn't matter where the 6x and 3x go. Like, these two can flip-flop. Now you go ahead and take out your GCFs. Each column, each row. So what would be the GCF of this top row? What can I take out of these two? X, yeah. And then this bottom row, 3. And then this first column, 2x. And the second column is a 3. All right, so now let's go ahead and set both of those equal to 0. So you have 2x plus 3 equals 0. And x plus 3 equals 0. Go ahead and solve both of those to get your two solutions, your last two solutions. So you should get, and I usually write it as a fraction. If you wrote it as a decimal, that's okay, but fractions are better. But if you subtract 3, divide by 2, you should get -3/2. Who got -3/2? And then the fourth answer is just x equals -3. All right, I'm going to have you write down this next example. I don't know if we'll have time to finish it out. And this will be our last example. And tomorrow I will pass out the study guide. So go ahead and copy down D. Let me see something. There's 2 of them. Hold on. So I'm actually going to just leave this up for you to try to do by yourself. Try to see if you can work through the process on your own. If you get your 4 answers and you want me to see if they're right, I will check those for you. So what is the factor, though, that you're going to divide into it? X squared plus 16. 4 times 4 is 16. So x squared plus 16 is the factor. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to quit talking. I'm just going to set it up for you. Just like that. And now you try to do your long division. And we will pick up and go over this one tomorrow. But try to see how far you can get all by yourself.